3138. What minimum flight visibility is required for VFR flight operations on an airway below 10,000 feet MSL? A. 1 mile. B. 3 miles. C. 4 miles. The correct answer is B. For VFR, visual flight rules, flight operations on an airway below 10,000 feet, mean sea level, MSL, a minimum flight visibility of 3 miles is required. This means that the pilot must be able to see and identify prominent landmarks or other aircraft at a distance of at least 3 miles to maintain visual separation and situational awareness. Flight visibility refers to the distance at which a pilot can see and navigate visually in relation to the surrounding environment. It is an important factor in maintaining safe separation from other aircraft and avoiding potential collisions. By requiring a minimum visibility of 3 miles, it ensures an adequate level of visual awareness and allows pilots to operate safely under VFR conditions. It's crucial for pilots to be familiar with the applicable visibility requirements and ensure that they have sufficient visibility before conducting VFR flight operations on an airway below 10,000 feet MSL. 3139. The minimum distance from clouds required for VFR operations on an airway below 10,000 feet MSL is A. Remain clear of clouds. B. 500 feet below, 1,000 feet above, and 2,000 feet horizontally. C. 500 feet above, 1,000 feet below, and 2,000 feet horizontally. The correct answer is B. For VFR, visual flight rules, operations on an airway below 10,000 feet MSL, pilots are required to maintain a minimum distance from clouds. The specific cloud clearance requirements state that the aircraft must remain at least 500 feet below, 1,000 feet above, and 2,000 feet horizontally away from clouds. This cloud clearance requirement helps ensure visibility and separation from clouds, which can obstruct a pilot's view of other aircraft, terrain, and potential hazards. By maintaining the specified distances from clouds, pilots can maintain visual reference to the surrounding environment and navigate safely. It's important for pilots to adhere to these cloud clearance requirements and continually assess their position in relation to clouds during VFR flight operations. By doing so, they can maintain situational awareness and minimize the risk of a collision with clouds or other aircraft. 3140. During operations within controlled airspace at altitudes of more than 1,200 feet AGL, but less than 10,000 feet MSL, the minimum distance above clouds requirement for VFR flight is A. 500 feet. B. 1,000 feet. C. 1,500 feet. The correct answer is B. During VFR, visual flight rules, operations within controlled airspace at altitudes of more than 1,200 feet AGL, above ground level, but less than 10,000 feet MSL, mean sea level, there is a minimum distance requirement above clouds. According to regulations, pilots must maintain a minimum vertical distance of 1,000 feet above the clouds. This requirement ensures adequate separation between the aircraft and the clouds, allowing for clear visibility and reducing the risk of potential collisions or loss of visual reference. By maintaining the specified distance above the clouds, pilots can enhance safety and maintain situational awareness. It's important for pilots to be familiar with and comply with these minimum distance requirements when operating in controlled airspace under VFR conditions. Adhering to these regulations helps promote safe and efficient airspace operations. 3141. VFR flight in controlled airspace above 1,200 feet AGL and below 10,000 feet MSL requires a minimum visibility and vertical cloud clearance of A. 3 miles and 500 feet below or 1,000 feet above the clouds in controlled airspace. B. 5 miles and 1,000 feet below or 1,000 feet above the clouds at all altitudes. C. 5 miles and 1,000 feet below or 1,000 feet above the clouds only in Class A airspace. The correct answer is A. When operating under VFR, visual flight rules, in controlled airspace above 1,200 feet AGL, above ground level, and below 10,000 feet MSL, mean sea level, there are specific visibility and cloud clearance requirements. According to regulations, pilots must maintain a minimum visibility of 3 miles and a vertical cloud clearance of 500 feet below or 1,000 feet above the clouds. These requirements ensure adequate visibility for maintaining visual separation from other aircraft and provide a margin of safety in relation to clouds and potential obstacles. By adhering to these standards, pilots can safely navigate through controlled airspace while maintaining appropriate separation from clouds and other traffic. It's important for pilots to be familiar with and comply with these minimum visibility and cloud clearance requirements when conducting VFR flights in controlled airspace. These regulations contribute to the overall safety and efficiency of air traffic operations. 3145. The minimum flight visibility required for VFR flights above 10,000 feet MSL and more than 1,200 feet AGL in controlled airspace is A. 1 mile, B. 3 miles, C. 5 miles. The correct answer is C. When operating VFR, visual flight rules, above 10,000 feet MSL, mean sea level, and more than 1,200 feet AGL, above ground level, in controlled airspace, the minimum flight visibility required is 5 miles. This means that pilots must have a horizontal visibility of at least 5 miles in order to maintain visual separation from other aircraft and to ensure safe navigation. The increased visibility requirement at higher altitudes is necessary to provide adequate time for pilots to identify and react to potential traffic conflicts or other hazards. It also helps to ensure that pilots have a clear view of their surroundings and can maintain situational awareness. Complying with minimum visibility requirements is crucial for the safety of VFR flights in controlled airspace. Pilots should always check and monitor weather conditions, including visibility, before embarking on their flights and be prepared to adjust their plans if the visibility falls below the required minimums.